We've now got goat week.
Oh God.
It's goat week.
Crap.
All right. Okay.
God help us all.
Man, I get to change. I got to change episode numbers here. Hold up. We're on episode
Yes.
42.
42, man. This is
All right.
significant.
Oh, there we go.
42. The meaning of life and all
Oh,
that.
we should get 11 up 6 to come jump into this. He's streaming live now, and
All right. So,
couldn't wait for us to start this show because we were taking too long.
well, let me get the show started, man. All right. Woo. Okay, so welcome to Goat Week, guys.
I go home now.
We were pondering that. We were pondering that prior to the show. Like, I wonder what we're going to name this one. You know, like
We're
we got to come up
pondering
with
that?
something. I was
I think-
pondering. I was
I think the
pondering.
perfect
We're
name for the
pondering.
show is right here.
Loose cannon.
Yeah, that might work just as well.
Yeah, it could definitely work. Okay, well, I'm still checking my Twitter, trying and waiting for feedback, and I've got nothing like at all from the tweets that I sent out, which it sucks because I really wanted to find out if they were going to be pushing that hot fix tomorrow or not. The last news that we heard was on the 31st, and that was in the weekend wrap up by Domino, and which stated, and I quote, "Weekend wrap up on Friday said we'll be aiming for Thursday's hot fix, but as always, that may change dependent on how testing goes." That is a quote from Domino.
Oh, come on, Tim. Finish it off. Like, slap the papers like you're Phoenix Wright, man. Come on. There you go. There you go.
So, but we've heard nothing since then. So we don't even know if the hot fix is still going to go through or not. We don't know exactly how much stuff's going to be coming in it. And I tweeted.
Well, Emily is moving, which is why we haven't heard from her.
That's 2 days.
Yeah, but you know, it's still, we're not going to know until the day of, and we don't get the downtime notifications till 15 minutes before. So we're going to be like, huh?
Well, that's Radar's responsibility, and he's dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Someone needs to tell him, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand. Like, as far as I understand, Radar, he works on like other forums too, right?
I think he's just ours.
He was Planet Side 2, and
yeah, but I think he's just ours now.
DCUO. So he's doing all 3 community releases.
Well, he needs to.
And I'm sure he's like every one of them, buried under a bunch of messages and stuff. But that doesn't mean you cease all communication or don't give us notice of these kind of things.
Yeah, yeah, we know that Emily took 2 days off there, which I'm all cool with that. But it's just the fact that we haven't heard anything from the people that was supposed to tell us in the first place, and that would be Radar X.
Right. Well, and I don't know if in the workshop show tomorrow, if they'll even know if there's supposed to be downtime or not, or, you know, because they're in the art, you know, side of it.
Yeah, but they're creating the stuff we're getting. They have to know when it's going live because they're given a deadline.
I hope we get it live because that's part of why I'm not really building Hollis yet, because I'm waiting for the textures and stuff.
Remember when they finished making the sword and shield and the axe? We didn't see those for 18 months.
And we had them.
Yeah. Well,
they forgot to turn them on.
We had them. You know, so, oh, that reminds me of something. Hold up.
File diving.
No, that reminds me of something. Dang it! I had it, and then it went. Oh yeah, the workshop show. This is the first time they've actually announced the winners on the workshop show, correct?
It was a couple of different times where it was on Landmark Live.
As far as I know, I always thought that they did it on, Landmark Live.
That was what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think they always did it on Landmark Live, and this is the first time they've ever done it on the Workshop Show. But I could be totally wrong about that.
They did the Landmark Live and did the winners, and then said that the Rosie and the team would talk about them on the next Workshop show.
That's right.
It's always how it happened.
Exactly.
But they would run through the winners really quick, which is why I'm not really sure if we're going to get the in-depth feedback about the entries or not. I'm doing the 10-minute thing on my hands.
Devlin?
Is it not in the realm of possibility that maybe these two shows have now been consolidated? They've even said as much that they are going to be focusing on EQN more than Landmark. Why do a Landmark Live to announce the winners when you could just do it during the Workshop show and only do one show out of the deal? What's the big deal?
Right, but now we may not get as much feedback about the winners, in my opinion, because they may try and go rush through that so that they can get to the new Hollis stuff that they have.
Why do we need feedback on the winners?
Well,
already won.
like the last one.
No, they gotta go fix their claim or something.
This is why I started doing this, man.
Why I like this.
Timer would like to talk on his own show, guys.
What's brings up the simple fact is, why did they move the Workshop show over to the EverQuest Next channel? Why didn't they just leave it over in Landmark channel, where they would get more viewing anyway? Because nobody ever goes to EQN channel anyway. I didn't make any sense why they moved it over there. And if they're going to consolidate, they might as well bring it back to Landmark channel.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I mean, EQN's not even in alpha. Yeah, no need for that thing over there. Bring it over to Landmark.
I never understood why they moved it over there.
Because they're fancy. Seriously.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nothing they're doing lately makes any sense.
No.
All right.
There's a lot of things to rant about.
It's got my goat.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
It's got my goat, man.
What would you
No,
put it
not the
Mark?
goat again.
Yeah.
Hey, Gio.
Yeah.
At my daddy.
Oh, come on, Devlin, smile.
Technical problems.
Okay, so the main thing, the main thing I really wanted to talk about tonight on the day show is, wait a minute, that didn't make no sense. Somebody quote that. Add it to the quote list. It's a good one. Main thing I wanted to talk about on tonight's show was, what could be added to Landmark that doesn't require, like, a reconstruction or an actual complete system. And I know
low-hanging. What do we think might be low-hanging fruit?
Exactly, low-hanging.
Improve our quality of life in Landmark.
To improve quality of life. Now, I've got a short list. And I'll go through mine, and that way you can kind of get the idea of what it is I'm referring to here. And that's because all the major systems are there. It's just a matter of creating something that would utilize it. And that's why kind of how I look at it, right? A set of signs you can set text on.
Yeah, signs with text.
I could really use one of those.
And now that they're not with Sony anymore, they don't need to police that crap.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know what yours is going to say. STFO.
Stay off my lawn! I'd have it all four corners. It would be great. The next one I got up here is, of course, this was originally brought to us by Verlin, my bro. A line tool with the option for a round.
Oh, please. Please, please, please.
In other words,
Yes.
circle, surface. Drag it over, circle, surface. Right?
Instant column.
Instant column, or instant, like, circular tubing somewhere in some
And we
form
need
or
that
fashion.
for the halosium stuff.
Now,
Maybe.
when that was brought to us, and I think it was Murin that informed us about it, that Verlin had come up with this. I mean, I was like, holy crap, we have got to get behind this and really talk about this thing, because this right here would set the game to the next level that it needs to be in the building tools section.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Berlin just said it's a game changer.
Total
shapes,
game changer.
More shapes for the tools. I mean, why don't we have more shapes for tools? You know.
Well, the primitives. One thing that I did notice when I was now I call it dumpster diving.
Can't be hard to code.
I call it dumpster diving, and apparently Alan Lapidus calls it something else. What's the word? I can't remember the name now. Data mining. He called it data mining, but I'm going to beg the difference, because it has been stated that if I can open that file and look at it with no modifications to my system,
Yep.
it is legal, and as long as I don't modify the files. So with that,
As long as you don't disseminate files. If you
Right.
open it up and look at stuff and then send them out, technically you can get in trouble. It's in the user license agreement and user license agreement.
well, I haven't used it for anything though. So
But you're disseminating it.
It doesn't
Alright.
say anything about that.
it doesn't say anything about that at all.
We've
Alright.
always been free to use anything that they
So,
give us.
well, okay,
in
we're talking
relation
about
to
we're
that
talking
part.
about tools and primitives.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Bob
yeah.
Dobb has the license for
Yeah.
Voxel Farm.
So do
and
I.
He got the model for the space shuttle and turned it into a paintbrush, a tool brush. So he's got a space shuttle primitive. It's fabulous. I jumped on his Twitter channel, his Twitter show one day, or Twitch show one day, and he's painting with the thing. He's doing it like we do our stuff with our tools. So seriously, this is easy stuff. They can do this. Timmy, you're spot on, man. This is low hanging fruit. We'd
It's-
love to have it. At least give us one.
I mean, like, at least, I mean, the way I kind of look at it, if it can actually make it in a straight line, I'm happy. It don't have, if we're able to do it at an angle, I would be even more happy. Okay? Because it would allow us to be able to use the delete function
Right.
with a curve.
And cut it out and make, tunnels and stuff easier. And
Deletion on a curve by itself would be groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
We could be able to make shapes that it would take us forever to do elsewise.
Yeah.
Instead of having to use a circle tool, cut, copy, bring it back, paste it,
what
cut
about
another piece, do it again, and rinse and repeat until we got that curvature cut all the way across something. Bull crap. I should not have to take that many steps to do that function at all.
What about surface painting? That would be something I would want. Being they've given us this fill tool, wouldn't we be able to have painting only the surface instead of painting all of the voxels with materials? Because that's costing a lot of materials.
How's this? A surface painting tool that didn't just go, you had two different options for your sizing on your paint tool. You've got depth, which would be increasing the size of the cube, or single voxel thickness this way into
I
a
just
square
was
this way
thinking
where it's
about,
only one voxel thick, and all you got to do is paint surface like that.
Well, I was thinking of a toggle, sort of like the fill tool kind of works. That for the add tool now you can use the fill. Why can't we have it do the inverse and only to select the surfaces and not, every voxel deep?
I think I would forgo all that and just have a replace tool. Honestly, I think that would be more beneficial. Okay.
Yeah, it would.
Next thing on my list is in-game clock.
We have one.
It would be nice. but
Bob
it's
Dobb
not
built one.
necessary.
Come on, they don't
No, a real UI clock.
I'm talking about a UI clock. One that actually shows two different times. My local time and in-game time.
Yeah.
Indiana time.
It shows the in-game time and also my local time. It could be like this big up in the corner of my screen that I could toggle on and off if I wanted to. That, oh my gosh! You know how many times I've been on a build and I'm just pounding it out. I'm really into it. Next thing I know, I look at the clock and I go, "Holy crap! It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed." But I don't know it until I tab out of the game because, of course, I'm using my main monitor. You know, it's so. Plus, I don't have a clock sitting off to the side or anything.
I got a clock on my keyboard, man. I don't know.
I do on my other keyboard, but not on this one. Next one I got is...
You know what Tim is getting for Christmas?
This is something...
Yeah, a little clock. This big, you can put right
No. I don't wear no watch. The next thing I got on my list is this. And this is something that we specifically asked Steve Klug about. On my interview with Steve, I remember it. And that was a random number generator command slash RNG.
Alan just answered you about something.
He did. Oh,
that's
something.
That's what I was laughing about.
Okay, here we go. Sure. Made a plain thatch, vertical and horizontal, and a frosted blend version, which will then blend with snow.
Okay.
I don't know what your question was.
So, 2?
Oh, that was your, is there a hot fix tomorrow? Any idea what textures?
Is it still tomorrow?
Yes, but that's all it says. It just gives a hint of 2 textures.
Well, you said
is your
any
favorite
hints.
color?
So you're getting 1 hint.
What is your quest?
I didn't ask for 1 hint. I said any hints.
Is your quest?
What is the capital of Assyria?
But as at least we know that he said something about what's going to be in the hot fix. So we've got at least that.
Well, you didn't say we weren't having the hot fix, so
Well, but that's...
Doesn't help.
doesn't hurt.
Is it?
Didn't mean to interrupt, but I thought you'd want to know.
Back into the thing there. Random number generator. This is something that's been requested 100, if not 1,000 times over, and all it is a simple random number generator for whatever number you set. In other words, you can set slash RNG and just hit the button, and it'll do a random 1 to 100, or you do a slash RNG 1 space 1,000, and it would do between 1 and 1,000. It's a simple. It is simple. It is so stupidly simple. I can go find that code on the interwebs.
But is that
They have that code in EverQuest.
as an emote?
EverQuest Next.
Yeah, as
Right.
as an emote, they had that in other EverQuests. So
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense why we don't have it yet. And plus, there was
Because
a
they
lot
don't
of.
think we need it. We've
Yeah.
been told that how many times? Well, you don't need that, so you're not going to have it.
well, there's no chat-only emotes. All of the emotes are tied to animations. Why don't we have any chat-only emotes? You know?
Because they don't think we need it.
It's easy. It's quick. Easy, quick. Go, Tim. He's gonna say,
Can we get an invisibility potion, please?
Okay.
oh, that's later in his list.
No. This I've only got like 3 things left on my list here. So.
Oh, okay. I have a bunch of things.
And then the rest is y'all's. After I get my list done,
Right.
it's all on
I'm
you
throwing
guys.
a couple of mine.
You already know
while
my
you're
first
doing
one.
your list.
The next one is lightning or electricity type emitters.
Devlin's all over that one.
We've been asking for that one a long time.
No.
I've
definitely-
been asking for a lightning emitter since we heard about emitters in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Since day one, since they showed them on the show, I've been asking for lightning emitters, and on that note, sound emitters.
Yeah, sound-only emitters
Learn
and
about
the
Tesla
ability to
and Thomas
turn
Edison.
the sound off on the emitter.
Where's it at?
Oh my god, look at those chicken scratches.
Sound emitters.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Tim, real quick, I got an important question for you.
Okay. Let me get the last one out, and then you're on.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
The last one was the 7.
Fun stuff.
The last one was the 7 gates for linking and triggering. Okay, Gio. Go.
7 gauge for linking and triggering. Oh, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
We need that. We got, how many do we have right now? We got 3?
3.
We don't even have 3.
Yeah, we do.
I thought it was 2.
They said we had 3.
In a box?
So do I believe Katina or Devlin?
What were you asking, George?
Don't ever believe me.
We've got and there's one more that they can make.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. You have to make them.
Well, it's
I'm talking about self-enclosed switches. I can,
oh hell no.
and then all I got to do is plug in what needs to be plugged into it. That's what I'm talking about. I
Does
mean, come on,
anybody out
simplify
there-
it.
Okay, so we got dozens of people watching the show. Does anybody out there actually use a pencil and a notepad anymore? I mean, we have this invention right
I've
here.
got like 4 notebooks I moved over to my bed.
Seriously,
I
I
got
bet,
a document in 30
Tim, I
seconds.
bet you play Landmark and punch cards. Just saying.
Got a Blackberry.
Freaking
Did you
Blackberry.
see that? What?
This thing, I check my email, I check my text, and I ignore phone calls. Okay, so that's all I need this phone for.
Excuse me, I have to call in an airstrike in your position.
Sorry,
God.
what the hell? Kevin Connolly's laughing. I don't think I've ever
Okay,
seen that.
so Metallica.
Can you send that B-29 over to Tim's house, please?
Just try the BlackBerry, please.
I bet you that Motorola has a better range
Reception than your BlackBerry.
Yeah. Metallica will back me up on that on the gates. By the way,
Does
we
that thing have a hand crank on it?
we don't have any gates in game right now, and that's exactly what I was talking about. A self-enclosed box, and basically, when you can right-click it, and it tells you what needs to be connected to it.
Okay.
Okay,
In
to
that
make
regard.
it function. Okay,
I
boom,
get that one.
and then
Seeing as how we're calling... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, but that's basically what I'm kind of looking for is just a prop that's puts down and it has a specific function for that one prop.
Seeing as we are throwing out things in chat, Spider Oz brought up something that has been bugging the crap out of both of us. The little boots icon on the UI, get rid of it.
We've
Make it go away. Make it go away.
Just take it away.
They even admitted it needs to go away.
Yeah, make it go away. I don't need to remember what boots I have on. I'm sorry, I don't.
And this was the didn't we bring this up to Emily? Did
Yeah,
Emily
no,
say?
we did.
I could have
remember.
sworn it was something like this. It was like
You guys mentioned it before.
it was probably offline when we asked her about it. I guarantee it was probably
yeah,
offline.
might have been.
And apparently they don't want to get rid of the boots because people might want to know what type of boots they're wearing
Open the damn UI.
or something. And
This is
I'm like,
this is MMO. If you can't remember what equipment you have on, you shouldn't be MMOing.
Yeah.
exactly.
So why don't we
Period.
have like
End of
a
story.
BP icon so we know which one we're wearing there? Seriously.
And I have been complaining about that freaking hot tool tip forever.
While we're at it, do I need the weapon icon showing up either when I equip the weapon? Can I have a toggle so I can turn that off? Sort of like they did with the grappling hook. If we don't want it there, we can turn it off.
Okay, let's put it this way, guys. I'm going to issue something to you guys, and I'm hoping that I can get more than just myself to partake in this. Every
I had a
time,
question like an hour ago, but
every time that hot tool tip comes up for them boots, take a screenshot. Take that section out and send it to Terry Michaels on his Twitter.
Dude, I don't have that kind of space
time.
on my hard drive. I just
Yeah.
don't. I do not, because it is perpetually stuck there at times. I would take a screenshot literally every 30 seconds.
I'm issuing the challenge, though.
Fine.
yeah, okay, let's
Fine.
spam Terry Michaels pictures of your boots.
No, it's
George, put your sneaker in the camera again.
it is the fact that I sent him imagery of that thing happening. They said they fixed it, and then when I said, "Hey, you didn't fix it," they didn't go back and actually make it fixed. If the pop-up didn't come up, I wouldn't have a problem with the boots. And I don't know, it just bugs the crap out of me. Okay, I got something else from Alan Lapidus. The plain thatch is a version with no bundling. Plain thatch is a version with no bundling. Oh, I also made a horizontal version of the bundled one you already have.
Oh. Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
I like the one without the bundling. I don't like predefined lines in it.
I don't like the lines either. That's why I haven't done any thatch. I started it and I immediately stopped.
No, you're right. The color sucks too.
Spider
Yeah.
has a good suggestion about the boots. Move that icon to the top where the potion icons are.
I want to toggle to turn it off. George, what was your question back when we were talking sound emitters?
It was,
You're right.
no, it's just a funny moment. It was, I mean, I think it's confirmed that Timma plays Landmark with punch cards.
I do.
Yeah.
It's, I play
Plays on
Landmark.
IBM 370.
I play Landmark like it's 1969. Okay, well, I mean, who else has got some good ones? Come on. Somebody
Devin.
else? Anybody else?
Potions. Oh, go down.
Oh, what? Lousy, go ahead.
No, George had said earlier, invisibility potions, more potions.
I
More
want size
potions?
potions.
Size potions? Invisibility. Now, the size
I
potions.
can't help
we-
but think whenever you guys bring up size potions, that is something that is a nostalgia thing from EQ that you guys need to just not worry. Landmark is not EverQuest. They're making that very clear. I don't care
No,
if the size
it's-
potions are in
You wanna make
EQ. I
your-
don't
you
care.
wanna
Do I
make-
need to shrink when I'm building? Do I need to shrink for anything?
I want to be able to turn my character into the sizing of the other characters that were going to be in EverQuest next. That's what I look at it as.
That would be a fantastic thing if we had some kind of way to change what our character model was, even temporarily, so that we can get building shapes and
Exactly.
sizes down right. That is a good idea. Just to shrink, just to have fun to shrink? No, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, but and you say it works for like 30 minutes or say it works for an hour, but have the ability to make it like we do the other potions where you have to go out and get the materials.
That may not
To
be
make
an
it.
easy
Well,
thing to do,
see,
though. I mean, they've said...
Zexider and they were talking in chat that that's not easy size potions.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
That's and George said invisibility, but you could a potion of flight where you could fly for 15 minutes. Wouldn't that be something?
Mhm.
How about the we were talking the goggles to change the time of day? How about a potion of night where you drink it and it's nighttime, or you drink it and it's daytime, whatever, that kind of thing. That they could
That would be
do.
low. That would be low hanging
It's
fruit.
low, super low.
I mean, they've already got the commands to change time on their end, so
Absolutely.
it wouldn't be an
Adding that
issue.
to an item may not be the item might be the hard part, but still, those are things that are in the engine. Hello. Okay. Now we go back to potions. Other potions that we could have, because there's a lot of them that
They
we
can,
could
they
have.
can, lousy hit it. They can give us some of these dev-only abilities by giving us a potion.
I
It,
tell
would,
you, for us, it would be temporary.
it'd be
Yeah.
temporary. It would
You
solve
know?
the problem for filmmaking.
Because the
And we need
mechanics are there.
There's no potions for combat. There's
And
no there's no potion you can drink to get higher damage or something. Why isn't there? Faster attack speed, alacrity potions.
No, Roland, they actually change it for their own client the time
Well, yeah.
when they do it. It's for whatever their client is that they're changing it on.
Yes?
Yeah, we need a bunch of different tools for games to make our own games. We need the ability to duel anywhere. And we can fight each other on a PvP claim. Why don't you just give us the slash command for duel? Duel Tinma? Do you accept? Yes. Or all his type is Duel Gaius Maximus. If you can spell it.
It just starts a timer that after X amount of time, it's over, and then basically either you win or you lost. I mean, You would
Or
think
keep
that
that
all
way.
those you would have figured all those counters and stuff are already in the game because heck, we got them for PvP already. It's just a
Now-
matter of setting
Yeah,
up.
but I don't even need the counters. Just give us the ability to fight and do damage to each other, not to damage the terrain or anything. But then there's another one. Is give us the option to allow dynamite to blow up our stuff on our claims. So you think of the cool games you could make. You know, you got Tim has got his fortress on one side. I got my fortress on the other side.
We talked
We're
about
lobbing
this.
dynamite at each other. You know, give us the ability to throw it that far.
It'd be awesome.
Awesome. Imagine
Wow.
10 of us on each side just blowing the snot out of the buildings.
Really?
Wow.
Like-
And the dynamite is already there, and
This is the
It would be a
Low-hanging
consumable. It would turn mines and like dynamite into consumables that we actually would use more often. Thus, eating up more resources to get it out of our bags, and then we'd have to go out into the world to get more stuff, which is what you kind of want in an MMO in the first place. You
And I'll be
know?
building an island up in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Boom.
Zexadu. So on the same theme, Zexadu says, "Imagine if you could link and trigger proximity mines."
yeah.
Yes.
Give us
I,
back the old mines.
okay, we've already got a volume select tool for linking and triggering, right?
A what?
Why can't I?
Area tool.
Yeah, the area tool, or
Yeah.
okay. Say I'm able to take that and have it set up to where if I walk in it, all of a sudden I start taking damage.
Yeah, that way. No. That'd be a really easy way to achieve dungeons. You can
Exactly.
make the floor lava, make an
And
area
lava,
on
yeah.
top of it that just takes damage. Put a couple of emitters on it. Boom! You got lava now.
Really?
This
Yeah.
is something that I bring up to Steve Klug during my interview with him as well. You know, when he was talking about having volumes set up to where you could control like mist and stuff like that. You remember that? Anybody?
Yeah.
You can
Oh, yeah.
have like control mist inside of a volume. Well, if the area tool is something that we're going to end up using for that, that would be awesome. You could set up mist inside of that box, and if you step into the mist, you take damage.
Tenma.
Yes.
So you also talked about volumetric lighting that they're working on. Volumetric
Oh yeah, that's right.
volumetric particles, just in general,
No.
both light and emitters.
Back up for a second, because it was it Pantera? Pantera caught something that I missed on the last workshop show.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Amazing.
All right. What?
And hold up. I got to bring it up on the old BlackBerry. Where's it at? Here it
We
is.
only have an hour show time.
Pantera was watching the last episode of the workshop show and caught
Pizza, please.
something that I missed, and it was this. Was watching the workshop, and at 32:30-ish, they mention volumetric lighting to get light beams.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Now, for those of you out there who may not know
My sad
exactly what
phone.
that means, imagine doing this. You take some microvoxels and you end up making a window panel, but you got a design in it, right? Instead of having the light just shine right through the voxels in unison, lights that actually casts real shadows. Basically, that means real-time shadow.
It's called God beams.
God beams is what it is in several other video games.
They're called God beams, and you're able to walk through them, and it's like the light is shining through a window, and it casts that angle.
The sunbeam.
But that
You know?
that may not be a low-hanging fruit drink thing that
Yeah.
That's something they
Because
have
it
to
has to come
have.
with a sound emitter that goes, oh!
No, not really. You're crazy, Gio. That's something they have to have for this game. They have to have it. It's a must. It wouldn't be a game without a God beam in it.
So I have a small list of things as well that I've compiled together since we started the show because I didn't quite know what we were doing at first. The emitters that you already talked about.
Notepad or with a very small pencil.
Notepad. You see how it just got wider? and now not anymore.
It's his screen, yeah. Computer, like
Emitters, both sound and lightning ones. The boots icon, that can go away. Changing the loading screens.
Devlin, you can get wider?
It's true.
Wow!
It is indeed true.
I have been working on that forever and have not been able to master it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
All right, go ahead.
Changing the loading screens.
Loading screens?
Whenever you load up into the game, instead of having the same backdrop of the three dudes looking out in the middle of nothing, imagine you got a rotating thing of all the screenshots you've taken in game.
That's not a bad idea.
Pulling them right out of your folder and overlaying the Landmark logo on it.
Or even being able to designate a folder to put loading screens into. It has a basic UI. It says Landmark. It still has the tooltips come up. But then I could say send Geo my screenshots, and he could designate that folder and then cycle through my screenshots.
That
is
would
an
not be a
easy
bad
thing.
idea.
No, that's not a bad idea at all.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, for the most part, when you take a screenshot, it's pretty high quality, you know?
Yeah.
It looks really good. So that would be great for, you know, when you're teleporting from one claim to the next or something like that. That would be awesome.
Oh, we noticed they increased the duration of the load screen recently.
That too,
It's
yes.
a suggestion Lousy had made, and it's random, it seems. Sometimes I get the load screen instead of Gears.
Go
Go ahead.
It's kind of like I've said before. I don't mind the load screen, but what I do mind is the bouncing character.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, that also needs to get resolved.
I mean,
Teleport hop.
I don't mind the load screen. I don't mind the gears because I know eventually it's going to end. It's the fact that my character jumps up and down all over the place and doesn't know where it's supposed to be. And I honestly think if they ever take my suggestion to give us a freaking pad that you could teleport to a claim, and it would always take you to that one point on that claim.
Or at least lock down the
again,
character.
that's
Lock
not
down the character when the
related
character
to-
lands.
Uh,
If the
Well,
gears are
actually,
going, just have the character not move.
But the
So-
mechanics for that are already in the system. Whenever you port to the hub, Lousy, you go to the exact same spot. Everybody does. They can pin that to a claim.
yeah. Well.
So it is kind of
But
low
to
hanging.
allow us to
Because it's already
designate
there.
it? I don't know. I don't know if they would be able to code it for us to designate a port-in spot. That would
They- Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
They need to be able to do something about that. At the very worst, that character jumping and appearing in different spots thing, that could be a health hazard for some people.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to say. Is that epileptic seizures and the way that it pops in, it's not pretty. And I said on Geo's show the one time that I am going to compile all of his loading screen jumping up and down things because I see it every morning with him like 4, 5, 6 times, and it makes my eyes go crazy sometimes. You know.
Yeah, Spider Oz just said the bouncing was to fix the drop through the world issue.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We keep the
no,
loading
not a
screen
fix.
for it.
It's not a fix.
I don't need to see it though. That's the thing.
How about just locking down our XYZ and just lock it? Lock it till the gears are gone. It's fine.
I think
I set an invulnerability timer for porting, but that was ignored and laughed at as lazy programming, Dave Georgeson.
I think the biggest issue and the reason why the zoning is the way it is right now is because of you got all these claims, and when you teleport to a claim, it picks one of the 4 random sides to teleport you to, and then it's at various different heights. You don't know if you're down in the ground or up in the air when you're teleporting to it, and it tries to figure it out.
Well, it picks a random side and then picks a random side of your attach, and then picks a random side of your attach. And then you never end up in the same spot when I select to port to the same claim every time. And I end up sometimes at the Memorial Day claim or, on the back end instead of being in the front.
Yeah.
So
I put in outside my claim all the time. So Metallical nailed it here. He goes, at one point you used to port into the exact same spot every time.
Mm-hmm.
We built an incoming teleporter in the original New Landmark City because the spot was the same every time. At some point that changed. He's right.
Now,
Yeah.
imagine even if they linked the two together between a spot where you can designate what the teleport place is, say a prop,
Which is what I've been asking for like forever.
and then link
Like the
that to
spawn points
placing a
on the
claim.
PvP table. They're already there. Okay, sorry.
And then link
Exactly.
that to an actual claim. So you place down a claim flag. That's the first thing you do. It says you can pay. You've been prepaid for however many days. The very next thing you do is boom. You got something in your inventory. It's a little teleporter thing or whatever color, shape, prop. It doesn't matter what it is. Just give us a thing to put. Okay, so we want people to teleport here, and we
Yep.
move that around. It can't be deleted. It stays on the claim and it doesn't go anywhere. You can move it around. You can reposition it no matter where, but you can't get rid of it.
Yep.
I still like the idea of having the players' interactivity with the platform, because say I want them at a specific location when they zone into my area. That way, when they turn around or they're either looking straight at my claim when they get there, they're right at the entrance. Or say I don't want them at the to come in over here. I'd rather have them like right at the front of my building when they come over. And having that interactivity with like a platform or something is pretty awesome. I could take it and it would have like an arrow on it or something when I'm placing it, so that when my character teleports in, I have control of what direction they're looking when they teleport.
Why not?
I have more control over that. Now, granted, it opens it up to trolling, but that's kind of hard to do if it's on the platform, because you're always going to be standing on the platform.
I'm being trolled teleporting to my own claim. I have 6 claims lined up in my house build, and whenever I go to any of them, I can appear anywhere. I'm being trolled teleporting to my own crap. No. Fix it. Geo.
Look, if let's say you take your teleport pad, put it upside down, and have someone landing in a box and they can't get out of it, there's always a back to safety. So you can't troll anybody with that darn thing. There's no downside. There's truly no downside. You can evac to safety no matter where you are.
All right. Anybody got anything else? Let's
Yeah,
find
I want
something
to finish my
here.
list.
Go.
Different colored wood. I'm not asking for different grains. I'm asking for different hues.
Like paint. Think of it as painted
Paint.
wood for ships.
Yeah, I mean, like really vibrant colors. Black wood, red wood. I mean, when I say red, I mean Crayola red, white wood, things like that. Birch wood. I mean, we have birch trees. Birch wood. It's not that hard.
But and when you're looking at it, it has that bump mapping
White.
of
Yeah,
wood.
it's exactly.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah, right. It has
That's
to
the
have texture.
green.
I agree with more.
And we talked
wood
to Rosie
texture.
about that at
Better
SW
for
Live.
my business.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably take what we have now, and that's all you would have to do is change colors on a lot of the wood we have now to do the same exact function, and maybe play with the bump mapping a little bit.
Everybody
The 3 different
building
wood grains
ships.
that we have are very distinct. I'm not asking for any new wood grains. I'm asking for new hues. That is it. Period. That's all.
Now,
I know it's easy. I know it is. Take the color, paint it a different color, upload it to the game. Done.
Now, this past week when Alan Lapidus was asking for feedback on what we would need to get our job done for the competition this time, or the workshop show, and the one thing I mentioned to him was that all of our wood textures has one diagonal. One diagonal.
And they're giving you
One
new
way,
ones,
but
right?
he said that he would give us the opposite diagonal. This means that if I make support beams and I have a support this way and a support this way, both the grains aren't like that.
Yeah.
They now will be like this.
How
I'm
much
happy.
Bottle glass.
I'm happy
Bottle
over that.
glass, the not moving water.
Color glass.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Materials
Colored
we've had in the
glass.
past that have gone away, that we want these. Yeah, that's
We have what, tan bricks, red bricks, and blue bricks.
Yep.
we have blue bricks.
That's it. The
gray.
Well, it's like a gray blue
The dark
ish.
slate.
It's an
No,
ugly
the red,
looking
but the
brick.
red brick is a different texture. I
Different
want
shade.
a
it's
red
got
brick,
different
the
bump
same
mapping.
texture as the other two.
I would love to
It's
have
not
some other
exactly
colors
the
for
same
that.
as the other two. The combine bricks are slightly bigger.
Mhm.
They're a little bit bigger. So you got the red bricks that are completely different, the combine bricks, which are the same texture only enlarged, and the same bump mapping only enlarged,
Mhm.
and then the regular gray bricks. Give us colors on those too. How many different color combinations can this game hold? Well, like 64 million.
It's a ridiculous number.
Give it to us.
More vibrant greens.
64K is still plenty. Yeah,
Um,
we really these just
but-
take these
oh.
existing materials that we have and just different hues.
This
That's
brought
all.
up something the
Wow.
other day. Well,
One with grass
for
and one
Katina.
without. One that grows grass on it and one that doesn't. Can I have that? It's
this-
easy.
This is something that was brought up the other day. Katina, how many high definition textures can be loaded at one given time?
Oh God, I don't know. Shoot. This.
I remember him saying it.
I'm not gonna let you saying 4. Just because you want me to say it.
4 high definition textures at one
Call
single
my
time.
lifeline. Hold on. How many textures do we get?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5. So
Wow.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, 4 high definition textures at one time. Now, granted, you can load a bunch of textures, but you can only load 4 at a time for high definition ones. Which to me, does it do 4? And then once it's loaded, does it load another 4? Or is it just load 4 and then you're stuck with it and everything else isn't?
I've noticed that it tends to cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
Noticed
my
that
point.
too.
So I'm building my new house, right? The
Well,
big
on Vito's
greenhouse.
ship, we noticed that.
Okay, Atmospheric has an answer here. He says, so that is the reason you get the blurring. Yes!
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
And
it
because-
is.
And because it's
And
trying to
There
show
are
you which ones when you turn. So anytime you move, it's going to try and draw a different texture.
there has
That's the
to
high
be
def one.
there has to be a hierarchy in there as well, because certain textures, it is ridiculous how hard it is to get that stupid thing to load high def.
Tim, can I be as bold to say that they have taken the wrong tact in trying to solve this particular problem? And they should consider going back to the drawing board. I know they spent a lot of money on solving this, but I don't. You can't have a AAA MMO like EverQuest EverQuest Next is going to be, that has this particular problem. You cannot have that. They have
Yeah, that's
got
right.
to solve this problem differently.
I don't think it's a step back issue. I think it's more of a, like, hey, let's step forward. Let's find out what the heck's actually wrong with it, and let's focus on it.
Because
Because,
before December, it
you
was
know,
good. I don't know what challenges they had
Well-
for data-wise, but
Gio, I don't know if if you want to be so bold as to say that, but I'll be so bold as to say we are your player base. We don't like something, fix it.
Well,
It's not that hard, man. I mean, your
That's a
player
big
base is. It is a big thing, yes, but your player base is dissatisfied. There is something about the quality of the game that is subpar, and your player base has narrowed it down and figured it out and pointed it out. It
I'll
is
go
now
one-
their
I'll
job
go
to
one
fix it.
further.
I-
It's the same as that bouncing issue. It's an epileptic seizure
It's
problem.
true.
They
I'm
have
not
to
saying it's not.
have it, yeah.
well, I mean, I'm okay with, kind of how certain things are in the game right now. I'm actually kind of pleased with a lot of the stuff that has been given to us here recently.
I'm not
The-
saying we're not.
Well, let me finish. The fact is, they are still issues, and that is one of them. That is something that has got to be fixed, and is fixed as soon as possible, because having textures to do like that, I'm kind of wondering, is it a specific texture issue that's causing it not to load correctly, or is it a engine issue where it doesn't want to render at all? Because we've seen in the past, like the edge materials, the difference in between edge materials and regular materials. It's funny because edge, you don't see artifacting,
Yep.
where the other
People complained
version,
long enough, they finally listened.
Exactly. And it was funny because it was almost like I was called a liar. It's a builder's issue. It's not our problem. It's a builder's issue. That was what
Well,
was
that
told.
crap.
That was what was said about something that I had said, and come to find out, it was their problem and it was their materials.
The good thing there is they admitted they said that it was our issue, and they said we're wrong. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's Daybreak's fault.
If there's
At least
anybody
they gave
new
that-
out there who's seeing, listening to our discussion, going, "What the hell are they talking about?" They're talking about the Landmark closed beta, which we all paid, most of
Yeah.
us, 95% of us, paid to get into.
Yeah,
So it's, you know
$100.
what?
And
Some people spent $100 on the Trailblazer
We're-
pack, or bought several of them, and so
yeah, we're very vocal. I mean,
because we
Geo
love the game.
Geo's a streamer. I'm a streamer. Devlin was a streamer. Katina's always in Geo's and my channel, and we're always running our mouth about something. Lousy. Well, he bitches about everything. So
Yeah, I've banned everywhere because I rant and rave about stuff trying to get it fixed.
yeah. So, but we're very vocal about stuff that is bugging us, and basically a lot of what we're trying to do with our show here is if there's something that we can get the information to the devs of stuff that really would make things better for the game.
There's some stuff going on in chat here, and I think I can sum this up fairly succinctly. Yes, most of us have indeed purchased our way into this game. That's fine. That's okay. But because of what this game is, it's supposed to be a community-driven game, and most everything in this game is indeed built by the community. It has to be player-focused.
Mm-hmm.
And because, on top of that, we've all spent money to get in here, it is open to criticism. And because it's such a unique player-based game, what we're complaining about has to be achieved to make the game objectively better. It's not subjective, whining things that we just want to see in the game that are different.
Yeah.
Some of them are, but because the other ways that we've seen the game work are better, objectively better. We get better performance out of it. Period.
I'm one of those people. I may bitch moan and I may complain and all that kind of stuff, but through it all, at the end of the day, I still love the game. I still play the game, and I don't see me stopping.
That's why we are here.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
I need to
we're.
interrupt.
And I don't bitch. I
Go
don't.
ahead, Kat, what do you got?
I don't bitch because I want to hurt the game or anything like that. I bitch because I want to get the point across that this is something that's important. And there's a lot of people out there that are exactly the same way. It's just
hit him with that. Hit him with that.
I think you'll make me grab mine. Where the hell is it? But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where we try to get the information over to the devs, and it's almost like no matter how many times we say it, it doesn't seem to be something high on the priority list, or doesn't, to the point where we don't get it fixed.
Okay, it's almost off the chat screen. Atmospheric put, if you don't like the blurring, vote for it on the issue tracker, and he put a link to take you to it.
Mm-hmm.
The more people that vote for that thing to be fixed, the more they're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just went off the screen.
Yeah.
Timestamp 8:29. Well, at least my time it is.
And Zexadu, she kind of follows up with I think we all agree that these complaints wouldn't be out there if we hadn't fallen in love with what's already there and see what groundbreaking potential is there.
Yep.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the thing about beta testing is that they have to be responsive and communicate with us. If they want us to test something, we can go out and test it for them, directed testing. Or if more things were fixed that we put, up in big lights, hey, look, this is broken. Why isn't it there?
The big goat that I have right now is with Terry.
Yep.
Me too.
Nobody else.
Yep.
It's Terry.
Yep.
When was the producer's letter put out?
May.
June 20th.
Oh.
June
Yeah.
20th.
June 20th?
That was.
I'm looking at the date on it right now.
Okay. So, it's
June.
all. But before that, how often did he actually ever speak to us as individuals or as to a group as a whole?
I'm going to take that back. June 5th.
June 5th.
Yeah, it was the end of May, beginning of June.
2 months ago
A
exactly.
whole month.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goat that I have with Terry.
Well, I'm going to add to the GOAT. Transparency that we were promised in this game is gone. 100% gone.
I mean,
Oh,
it's like we're in limbo. And honestly, we've gotten more feedback out of their art department than we have anyone else. Well, besides Pentapod. Pentapod, she is doing her best.
that's what we're kind of working with the art department for
Yeah.
the workshop shows. That's why.
And
So we're helping build EverQuest Next that way. So they don't want our help building anything else, though, or fixing bugs or nothing like that.
So
Yeah.
Yarnilla has is he in the chat today? No,
no,
are you here?
he's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's asleep, bud.
He's in Germany. Yeah, so he's made a wager with all of us. He thinks Dave will be back. What did he say? 2 months?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I think Dave's having way too much fun, man. He's not coming. He's like, heck no, I ain't coming back there.
Yeah, they look. They have a temporary CEO, who is.
No, they didn't say anything about temp. They said he will be taking that position.
He
permanently?
is the permanent one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Smedley
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Well, he's a look. I'm just saying. Like, I got
Well,
an entire lifetime in the corporate world. You don't make your COO the CEO.
Yep.
Temporarily, it's great. It's
No.
fine. They can handle that, but permanently, no.
I
No,
thought-
no.
I
You
thought
get
I
someone
think-
who's.
had walked that back that the COO didn't become.
it's just the for the longest time, for the first year and a half, for the most part, first year and a quarter or so, we had really tight bonds. It seemed like with the developers. Communication was open. If we found a problem, they were like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll check in on that. I'll see what's going on with that," or something like that. And now it's like, "Hey, I've got this problem."
So what?
And I'm sorry, it's customer service number one, okay? Even if you don't mean it, even if it's complete bullshit, it doesn't matter. Hey, you know what? That's a problem. I'll look into it right now.
Yeah.
Even if they
It
can't
makes
help
us
you, they
feel
said
good, man. It does.
The
It
only person that we're tight with now is Domino.
Well, Domino, Josh, and Alan.
We love those guys. I mean, we see them on the workshop show, and they're busy on Twitter. They interacting with us, but Domino's wearing
None of them have sent
3
me
or 4
cookies.
hats.
And
None
see,
of them have sent me cookies.
I mean, I have been talking to Josh for forever,
That's true. It's true.
and
None
this,
of the Daybreak people follow me on Twitter.
yeah, that was before anybody else even knew who the guy was.
The Daybreak people don't really follow others on Twitter. They
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Well,
She's the only one, Pentapod. So
needless to say, I think the communication lines need to be rectified.
It
And
needed to be
or
rectified 2 months ago.
it needs-
period.
starting in
It has to
February
be.
they needed to be because
So-
they shut it down with the merge or with the
Well,
takeover.
the cool cats doing the workshop show are honestly they are the new face of Landmark. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
And I love them. They're funny.
I still say it kind of goes back to the beginning of the show. You need to take the workshop show, get it off of the EQN channel, and put it back where it belongs.
Put it on Landmark.
Put it back on Landmark. And if they are going to basically do this, hey, we're only going to do a show once a month. Don't even waste my time. I want a regular schedule. I want something that I know that's going to happen at this particular day, at this particular hour, so that I can prepare
I
for
want
it.
messages that there's downtime, like on the patcher,
Yeah.
on the launcher. Hey, the servers aren't there, and I also want the forum banner back up when there's bounces, because we don't know that the servers are back up or that they're down. when there's no banner on the forum. And I've tweeted about that a few times.
But yeah, I mean, I just consolidate the two shows and do it all at once, and don't limit it to just an hour. If it needs to be an hour and a half, let it run an hour and a half.
No kidding. No kidding.
Mhm.
You know,
Give it the time it needs.
What's
Give-
going to
clear two-
happen? You're going to
clear
get some
2
more
hours
people
after
to watch your
scheduled to do it.
show.
yeah. And that's the way I look at it. I mean, if it takes an hour and a half to go through stuff, let it be an hour and a half. Don't sit there and say, well, at the end of an hour, we're just going to end it. You know, if you haven't covered all, if you haven't covered all the information, don't let it run. And that way you can cover not only the workshop show, but anything that's coming out that's new. And it will be a weekly thing at exactly the same time every single week. And none of this, you know, hey, are we having a Landmark Live this week?
Are we having an update this
Well,
week?
they said they would. Well, they said they would. Well, I just got a tweet that said that they canceled it. You know, we got that all the time for the longest time, and then they were like, "Well, we're only going to do a show when there's a major patch."
And we
You know?
haven't had them. We've had hot fixes.
And we've
To avoid
even
that.
we even
They're
asked.
not really hot fixes.
Yeah, we even asked that, you know, hey, even on your off weeks, I mean, you could bring on a few of the developers and explain, you know, to us stuff on the back end or something, you know, like be
That's
like,
a fantastic
this is how this
idea.
does.
We're always here.
Yeah, always here.
have one of the other devs field questions, you know, on Landmark Live, and you know, I don't know, they're not interacting at all with us anymore. So.
I mean, we've got like 36 people in the channel right now, which is pretty good for this time of the night, you know.
With this game, yeah, it's actually
And
pretty good.
hundreds that watch the show on
Yeah.
demand afterwards.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yes.
Saying.
you know how many views the interview with Emily has got with
Over 1,000.
YouTube and Twitch
And
combined?
1,500? 1,300? 1,500?
You're good.
2,000?
Close to 1,600.
Okay.
Nice.
1,600.
And
That's not bad.
That's give or
So-
take. That's
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 very good.
Look,
that's a give or take number, by
there's
the way.
demand. But the big thing is
It shows that there's demand. Sorry, Gio, go ahead.
thousands of people paid to be in this closed beta.
Yep.
All right. So we just need you guys to step up. We just really need you to step up. We had great communication with you guys, a great interface. We felt connected. We're not feeling it now. We love what the guys in the workshop show and Domino are doing, but really, as a whole, though, Terry, we need you, Darren, rest of the crew to step up and interface with us more.
Over the past 2 days that I've streamed, I've had a viewer each day say, "Oh, I'm going to go out and get this game." 2 days in a row, I've had people that did that while I was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And show you my
So-
emails for people that want beta keys and then afterward bought the game.
So to tell me that there is still not people wanting to play the game, you're wrong. But it's the people that you got that you're losing because you're not being openly talking with people as much as you used to, at least as a company.
Mm-hmm.
Not as individual people. It's because, yeah, people we have now don't talk.
They don't.
And well, they're not focusing on Landmark anymore. They're focusing on EverQuest Next. So
Landmark is a
Which is-
tangible item. EverQuest is not.
Thing is,
Yeah.
EverQuest
all
Next
part
needs
of our
to be done,
complaints.
but they can't shut us out of the loop after being included in it so long and being told they wouldn't do what they're doing now, shutting us out.
Yeah, and that's my main problem with it. They specifically pointed out that doors would not be shut.
Yep. And they're
They
slamming
are
them.
locked now. They are locked shut.
Yeah. So I
They
mean,
even said that in the weekend wrap up. You know,
yeah.
so we've been fairly quiet for a while, and that shouldn't be a surprise. Rest assured that when we do have EQ next things to talk about, we will. That's not what they promised us. They promised us transparency. You're gonna know what we're doing. Yeah, I just saw it. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, that was funny.
Thank you.
But
You on top of it?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Thanks for that one too.
totally took me off track.
All right. You,
I was watching it if you weren't. I wish I had mod powers. No, I don't. I'd abuse them.
Gee,
Gio's guitar.
It's that time.
Jet running dog. Oh, no, maybe that was his daughter behind.
it's that time again.
everybody sing along. Build all day. All I wanna do is build and play. Gonna build something big and crazy. Got no time to think about
being lazy.
Got my flag and made my claim. Gonna build something so insane. Gonna build straight to the sky. Only wish that I could fly. Gonna stream it on Twitch TV. Put it on YouTube for my dog to see. Maybe they'll put me on Landmark Live. I'd better stay up and build all night. I'd better stay up and build all night.
And with that, guys, let's do our final words. Gio.
Wow, jamming on the movie, working overtime. I was up to 4 a.m. last night, working all night tonight. It's coming along nicely. And the morning brew tomorrow morning, be there at 9:30. We're going to be playing some videos from last year.
Katina.
Waiting for tomorrow to actually start building now that I've got my workshop down again since I lost it because I didn't log my Alton. I
Devlin.
logged that in, didn't log the Alton.
Devlin.
Flying by the seat of my pants, and I have no idea where I'm going.
All right, lousy.
I reinstalled Temple of Elemental Evil, and I'm gonna play that probably, and build something in Alice when I get textures for it.
Well, me personally, I'm pumped and ready to freaking roll tomorrow. If that hot patch comes in tomorrow, I'm freaking building.
He's building.
Oh man, folks, if you're in game, go see what Aliana's working on. I think he's got a tag in the gallery.
I kind of feel bad for him, by the way.
But look, Josh Augustine asked him to template that unfinished version. That
I know that, but he's still got to put a roof on that thing.
What are you talking about? Oh.
He's still got to put the roof on it, and he's got support beams before the roof. That's gonna hurt.
Had a bunch of boards on his too. I was wondering how it's gonna work with.
The thing is, if they want to work
right.
in progress, he's got a beautiful one right there.
All right.
Yeah, he's knocking it out of the park. Sorry.
Sorry. We're trying to end the show. So let's go ahead.
Just
End the discussion. All right. So stay tuned for the next show because we'll pick up where we left off, I'm pretty sure. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, folks.
go build something.
Go build something. Bye. Bye.
Was a